Welcome back to another game on Arena 1v1. Stefan against Melkor this time, and we have Huns against Magyars. This should be interesting. Might be a study-like game because Magyars is like the, I don't know, the little or big brother of the Huns. They're really similar in my opinion because both civilizations get viable cav archers. I guess Huns and Magyars are the two civilizations that you can see a cav archer use in Imperial Age. What a civ is better, I'd pick Huns. Interesting. Melkor is giving the Huns an advantage here, so they're both thinking the same. What is happening? What's better civ or the same as me? And with Huns, of course, you have the siege rams, which Magyars I think don't get. And Magyars have Onager upgrade available. They have siege engineer. I think they are the only civ that get Arbalest and Paladin. Is that possible? So we might see Arbalest even instead of cav archers for Melkor. And is there another difference? I don't think they get bombard cannons. Neither of the civs get that. And of course, the cav archers from the Magyars have that +1 range available. This makes them really interesting. For Huns, they're cheaper still, so easier to mass, especially in Castle Age. Let's go for the maps first. Deer outside for Melkor, they're really close, both players, so we might see strategies based on that distance and that little distance here between the two. We have main stone forward, second goal inside but forward, third goal on the left hand side on the corner outside, second stone outside, a sheep to keep the gate open, which is nice, and the main goal in the back, but not really that safe because this is open actually, so not completely walled, and technically Melkor space is open now to get attacked, which probably won't happen in that early stage of the game. Second war is in, and the next year coming up. We have a difficult to play map here from Melkor in my opinion. Also the wood line's not really that safe, not that big. Stefan on the other side, second stone forward, deer outside as well, is doing the same thing, losing his sheep to keep the gate open, get them in. Main stone forward. The second gold or third gold on the left hand side outside, but on the far side at least. Second gold safe in the back, main gold safe in the back. So I think Stefan's map is better. It's easier to defend. It has safer wood lines. It had better back resources, and this might help him a little bit. Both players upping at the same time. 26 population, 25 villagers with 3+1 farms for Stefan. Looks like Melkor does not want to go for farms yet. He's got a lot of wood in the bank though, and he should maybe put down a few farms. Now he's got 4 as well. Look at this. This is really similar. 4 farms for each player. They really know how to play this. Now Melkor is saying, hey, I can go for a few more. The question is he going for military units in Castle Age? Looks like he does not want to go for barracks here. He doesn't have any. And Stefan, neither. Not even Stefan going for military units here. What is happening? Market Blacksmith coming up. Is this a boom game? It's possible. We might see Monastery, and then it's pretty much it. And later on, maybe a little bit later, Siege Workshop. Double Bricks coming from Stefan as well. Stefan surprised. Yes, same uptimes. And how's the click times looking? Stefan is a little bit faster, 5 seconds in game time, but it's not a big difference here. This won't make the biggest, won't have the biggest impact on the game ever. We have Market Blacksmith also up for Melkor, and he's kind of blocking his own main stone, which is not too nice. Stefan saying I'm confused. Yeah, Melkor is upping a lot faster than we would expect him to do. Usually it's 28+2. Because of closed map, partly, and because of versus Huns. I guess he doesn't want to play this. Both together changes everything. Wow, I guess if Melkor streamed this, I'm not sure if he did. I didn't follow these games. I just saw the recorded games on Stefan's page. Okay, this looks interesting. Let's go for that. I think Melkor could explain what he's thinking. He's got the extra tech upgrades on the scouts or knights, which are for free, but he is opting for a 3TC mini boom apparently. 1 lumber camp only, and a TC coming up on the main gold. I would have preferred to see it here, but he needs stone to wall this off, I think. And a TC on the wood line. We have no monastery coming up as of yet, and Stefan going with the monastery, going with the TC on the main gold as well, and TC on the wood line too. So pretty similar build orders. Can follow the farm accounts here. That's 9 farmers for now against, how do we look here? 11 farmers for Melkor, but these numbers are changing all the time, so you can't really make sure that once you switched it's still the same. And it looks like an only boom game for Melkor. What's the plan here? Does he want to go for a maybe fast imp, relatively fast of 3 TCs, and go for Arbalest? That's an option here, that's possible. Or is he going for 4 TCs and try to get a better economy? Ooh, Stefan allowed the scout from Melkor to go in. That's a mistake, and one monk going down. That's an oops. Yep. This has been really. That's very fun to see them play. I would love to see them play more often against each other. No one can. Somewhat true here. Villager numbers looking better for Melkor now, and Stefan is going for gold. He's still done loom. Melkor only now doing wheelbarrow, but Stefan also doesn't have wheelbarrow, so he is ahead a little bit, Melkor. At least he was ahead. Now it's like one villager. And we do see 3 TCs for Stefan, but not more. Let's go for Melkor. Melkor has the TC on the main goal, the TC on the woodline, also 3 TCs. And a lot of villagers on stone now. I guess he wants to go for the recurve bow upgrade, I think that's what it's called. Or maybe we might see elite Magyar Hussars as well. That would be fun. Really nice to watch those. They don't cost gold once the unique tag is done. Not sure how it's called, I don't really know. It doesn't really matter at this point what the name is. And the question is now, how fast do you go up to Imp? And what's the army choice here against Huns? What do you expect Huns to do? Paladins, Cav Archers, Sea Traps. It's pretty much it. You can, okay, it might be possible to see Tarkans as well. It would be nice to see, but it's unlikely. And it looks like Melkor went for a monastery eventually. He's got 2 relics already. I didn't show the relics on the map, but it looks like he has a relic advantage. Sorry, I forgot about that, but you could see the relics on the map. He also got an extra gold close to his base. And looks like, even though he went for a monastery a lot later, with that one scout that went into Stefan's base, he was able to buy the time that he needed. Siege Workshop now up in late cast stage. Stefan already up on the way to him. And barracks coming up, so we're going to see pikemen and halberdiers possibly. Melkor not going to Imperial Age yet, but he's got the resources almost. That castle very far forward is not going up for now because Stefan is using his mangonel and has a few pikemen around. There's 2 monks from Melkor. Can they do some damage? Can they convert a pikeman or 2? I guess so. A little bit of a mangonel fight coming up here, and 1 for nothing. Stefan with a very good game here. Looks like Melkor went for that castle too late. He is also on the way to Imperial Age, but Stefan almost there. And he's got at least 3 barracks up. He can go for the halberdier upgrade if he wants to. He cannot go for Onager upgrade. And that's maybe a big difference here. I imagine we might see Onagers from Melkor actually. But he's doing archer ranges to get, I guess, Cav Archers. Otherwise, he would start to go for crossbow upgrade, and it doesn't really make sense to go Arbalest now at this point in the game. He's later up to Imp. Elite Skirmisher coming in instead. That's a little bit passive, in my opinion. I don't really like that idea, but maybe he saw the halberdiers and said, yeah, okay, I need something to counter this. We have Boatkinner on the way, and he still can switch into Cav Archers later on. Bracer, and 1 Magyar Hussar, just to have some fast units on the field, I guess. Castle went up, and Stefan is losing that 1 barracks. Stefan doing siege ram already, creating a few cap drums. Has enough stone for a castle. Doesn't have a castle yet, and looks like he doesn't have any relics. Maybe 1? No, I only see 4 relics in Melkor's monastery on the overlay. Not sure where the last one is. Yeah, the monk is still holding it. That's the thing. Light Cav on the way for Melkor as well. He's only going like siege and trash. No, champions coming up. Very interesting choice. Against halberdiers makes sense, but I think Stefan should be able to counter this as well. Stefan doesn't get champions. I think Huns only get the 200 swordsman upgrade, but no champ upgrade. Thing is, against siege rams you really need the champ, so it makes sense. Melkor is actually playing quite smart here. Nobody going for Cav Archers, nobody going for cavalry units. And Stefan again putting a few outposts on the map to have some vision to know about the map. And Melkor might be low on gold quite soon. Look at this. All the villagers around the main gold are blocking each other. And that second gold is forward inside his base, getting attacked by siege rams now. And the other gold is on the outside, where Stefan is actually having a lot of those halberdiers around. And there's only a few turret swordsmen in the mix. Finally, Cav Archer production starting. Stefan has a lot of resources, scale guarding armor, but he's not switching into either. Stable coming up. First stable here, second castle. There's 1 castle already with the trebuchet inside, 2 traps outside, attacking the castle from Melkor. Melkor is doing a champion upgrade. Melkor is low on resources, obviously, for that reason. And the Cav Archers are without bloodlines. They don't have the heavy Cav Archer upgrade, the elite upgrade, and they're also missing chemistry here. So it's not the best unit to go for at this point in the game, but I think he needs them as support unit as well. Marauders coming in from Stefan, making the stables faster. No, that's the Franks. Marauders is allowing... Oh, I saw it. Elite Tarkan upgrade, right? So Tarkan production could be starting anytime soon. I would love to see Tarkans against Magyar Hussars. Ooh, I'm not sure what's better unit here, but Tarkans have a lot of good options, and they have a lot of pierce armor, which is good against those elite skirmishers. I think 4+4 when fully upgraded, or 4+2 but plate barding armor coming in, and they should be decent against the champions even, because a lot more HP. That trebuchet though went down really fast. Stefan was able to take down the castle. Melkor is still going for that second gold. He needs to go there. And an outpost coming from Stefan close to Melkor's base. This is open. Stefan, if he's getting a few of those elite Tarkans spare, or maybe a few light cav, he can go and start to raid. I think he's going to stay on Tarkans. He's got a lot of resources in the bank, even though he doesn't have the relics. He's got those 2 castles, which he doesn't really need them any longer, let's be honest. He's got the upgrades that he needed. And with the siege rams and Tarkans, this is a really interesting game. Scorpion doesn't really make sense. Huns don't even get heavy Scorpions. I think it's only the siege rams that they can upgrade. And Melkor finally doing chemistry. Those cav archers are without bloodlines, but heavy cav archer is done. Chemistry on the way. And I'm a little surprised that Melkor wasn't going for the bloodlines. Has stables, so he could go for that. The Tarkans though quite strong here. Single Q. Ooh, that's a problem. I didn't see it, I didn't check, but Melkor apparently was counting on multi-Q. Not cool? Yeah, if you're used to multi-Q, you don't want to play SQ. And you don't want to have to switch to every military building to start and go for military units. Recurve bow coming in, so Melkor has another castle on the far side, on the weak side. Recurve bow to have 4+4 range, 7+5 attack. Now these heavy cav archers are really strong, and still only 4 damage on a target. I don't think there is a bonus damage. Still no bloodlines for those heavy cav archers from Melkor. Big mistake in my opinion. And Melkor doesn't have a lot of champions left. He's going for Halberdiers now. Stefan though with a push here, and the siege rams are doing a lot of work. The elite Tarkans even taking the fight on the Halberdiers, and that's a fight that he maybe shouldn't take. That's not cost effective, but if it's available to push even further and do more damage, then maybe it's worth it. Also, Stefan is on 183 population, he's ahead. Not in military numbers, but he still got that map control going for himself. And now a lot more archer ranges coming up. He probably wants to switch into lead skirmishes now. I don't think we're gonna see heavy cav archers from Stefan. Doesn't really make sense at this point in the game. But Bracer coming in, and skirmisher production possibly starting soon. He's going back a little bit now because there's not enough support for these siege rams. There's too many heavy cav archers now. Elite skirmisher on the way. Stefan is in the score lead, but it's really, really close, and we might see one big fight to decide this game. I imagine this could be possible. The barracks now coming up on the left-hand side. Melkor also advancing to the left, trying to get this gold in, but Tarkan raiding starts, and ooh, this is a nice fighting position for Melkor. Look at this is just beautiful. All the heavy cav archers surrounded from Halberdiers, and elite Tarkans can't really do a lot. The trebuchets have to move back, and Melkor is breaking free here, going with a few siege workshops now, got his own Halberdiers. It's very important to get these helps. I think they're missing the last defense upgrade, but it's not the biggest factor in the game ever. Not 1v1 here, and we have even the attempt to take the stone. Melkor also getting that last relic in. There's the monastery for Melkor. Does he have the relics somewhere in the back here? Ooh, yes, he saved the relics. He secured them. That's really nice to see Melkor playing smart here. And it looks like he's got the advantage, to be honest. Stefan is still trying to push, but he's losing most of his forward, at least of his momentum. Let's call it like that. He is able to take his third goal without any problems. That's the advantage of having map control. One Halberdier to start and raid. And we've seen in the last game, Stefan with raiding can be really dangerous, but Melkor should be able to defend this, and those heavy cav archers still missing bloodlines. Are you for real? Is that possible, or am I just wrong? But heavy cav archers don't have 40 HP base. So the bloodlines is definitely available for the Magyars. Why aren't you going for the bloodlines upgrade? I think Melkor completely forgot about that. That makes the heavy cav archers a lot weaker. If Melkor is losing this, then this is one important factor in this game, that he didn't go for bloodlines. The Tarkans shouldn't take on too many Halberdiers, and I think Stefan needs more elite skirmishers. He's producing them, but he needs more archer ranges as well. Somehow he's grouping the elite skirmishers next to the castle, which makes sense. Stone mining and gold shaft mining coming in. Looks like Stefan finally taking a second stone, going with siege workshops, and he might even try to go for Melkor's gold as well. Light cav coming in, that's a potential raiding unit, and it looks like Melkor is getting pushed back here. He is only on 65 military units, I think it was more before, and that's not too many heavy cav archers. And the last game, between Stefan and Dobbs, I suddenly missed the point where Stefan turned the game around. 42 against 56, I hope I'm not missing it this time. If Stefan is winning this, then there must be a turning point. And those heavy cav archers, still no bloodlines. Hussar being done by Stefan, and he's starting to produce them. Stefan has decent resource in the bank, enough stone for another castle, which he's putting up far forward. That siege workshop probably won't go up, and now the Hussar raiding could start, or the attack first. And there is a few Hussars already inside Melkor's base. Look at this, again, Stefan has a secure base. He has a better map here, let's be honest, but he's able to move in, able to start raiding the gold on the left hand side, and the elite skirmishers now making sure those heavy cav archers can't really go too far forward without taking a lot of damage. Light cav production starting for Melkor. He also got Hussars available, but doesn't have the resources to actually be able to produce them. Only a 114 population. And it looks like Stefan is getting the military advantage here. Melkor is too low on resources, and Stefan, with a strong macro and his push in, like early Imperial Age actually, is able to take the game. Huns against Magyars. Looks like the Huns might be a little bit stronger, but in this game, a few deciding factors. The bad map for Melkor and the lack of bloodlines. Only now 52 minutes coming in. He realizing bloodlines is missing. Stefan doing Thumbring even. Hope you enjoyed this game. It was a nice one for me, a nice study. See you in the next games. GG.